morning, class.
Good morning.
So I want you to have a piece of paper and we will have a test today.
That's our first day.
I want you to have a paper and we will do a test today. So bring up your piece of paper. And I want you to answer the question, how do you feel about the first day of school? Okay. What is your answer?
Nervous.
Nervous. What's your answer?
Good.
What's your answer, Yuri?
Exciting, but not really.
And what's your answer,
I'm
Netflix?
so happy about
Okay, even after I give you a test. Anyway, so as you know that all of you guys are going to be a teacher in the future, and you guys have to know the importance of how to be able to be successful on the first day of school with your classroom. So the topic that I'm going to talk about today is success on the first day of school. When I came inside the classroom earlier, and then I asked you like to bring out a piece of paper and ask you to answer some question as a test, how do you feel about it? Like, is that a good way for teachers to teach the students on the first day, or what do you think about it?
I think that there's a lot of in students' minds, there's a lot of negative stigmas about tests.
Mm-hmm.
So when you introduce a test on the first day of school, I think that just incites a lot of anxiety in students.
That's great. Anxiety. That's good. What else?
At the same time, I thought, when you said test, of course, just like what she said, we had negative image of the test, but then when you said, just tell me about what you think about the first day of school,
Mm-hmm.
actually it made me feel more positive about having tests. And maybe that was
Kind of
it's
mixed.
mixed feeling.
All right. But what about it's an actual test, like on the first day, and then teacher give you the test, like it's a surprise
That's
test, you know.
Yeah, I don't like surprises and tests.
You don't like surprises. That's
No,
good.
I like to be able to prepare myself.
Mhm.
Even with tests, when I don't know, if there's no study guide, I
Mhm.
feel like there's still all these surprises on the test. Like I can study as much as I can, but if I don't know exactly what
Right.
I'm going to be tested on, then I'm not going to do that.
That's great. Anything else? How do you feel? Elaborate more. How do you feel? What is actually what does the teachers need to do in order to having a good day, a successful day on the first day of school?
Be positive all the time.
Be positive all the time. What else?
friendly to the students.
Great. Yes.
Let them know you care.
Let them know you care. What else?
Get to know them.
Get to know them. Yes, get to know them is actually the important key of how you relate to your student. So anyway, the key idea of my lessons today is that your success during the school year will be determined by what you do on the first day of school. So first day of school, first day of teaching, it's crucial for teacher to find out that you are able to control the classroom without intimidating the student. So I'm going to talk about what are the characteristics of effective teachers. So I will give you a piece of paper and I want you to write down 2 characteristics of effective teacher. I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay, so Nate, can you give me some answer from the question? What are the characteristics that effective teachers should have?
Okay, character that effective teacher should have should be positive, should always be prepared, should always be creative.
Be prepared. I like that. Prepared. Creative. Yuri, what do you have?
Just like what she said, I put positive and enthusiastic,
Mhm.
teaching the class. And the other one is like the teacher should always be learning with the students.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Michaela?
I said good classroom management skills,
Mm-hmm.
and I said enthusiastic too.
Okay. Tina?
An effective teacher has positive expectations
Mm-hmm.
and good classroom management.
Okay. So it's basically this. You guys are answering the very important principles of effective teacher. So being an effective teacher, you cannot be an effective teacher without being prepared of your lessons and not being creative of what you're going to do in class, and not be positive about your own students, about your classroom, about the lessons that you're going to deliver in class, and also learn with the student. This is like important factor of effective teachers, because when you try to learn with the student, you actually help them out, help the student, help your students to achieve their goals. And good classroom management. So I would say this one is a consistency and also enthusiasm. So I want you, one of you, do you want to read this one? Okay. Do you want to read the number one?
The effective teachers spent time organizing and structuring their classroom so the students knew what to do to succeed.
And the first, this one, the first
The
paragraph.
most important thing to establish in the first week of school is consistency. People want to know exactly what they are getting and what will be happening. Students do not want surprises or disorganization. Consistency prevents them from asking, what are we doing today?
That's great, thank you. So back to you, Tina, you say that you don't like surprises, which is, that's what students always feel. I don't like surprises as a student before, so we don't want, as a teacher, we should be avoiding giving a surprise lessons or surprise things to students when the first day of school. So basically, we can go back to the consistency. I think it is important for the teacher to be able to be consistent. So you know what you're doing in class, and it will help the students being able to like, okay, I know what we're doing today, and they're not gonna guess. It's more easier for them to like predict what's gonna happen in class because they prepare for it too. Okay, so would you mind reading the second one?
teachers teach classroom management procedures that create consistency. Their classrooms are caring, thought-provoking, challenging, and academically successful. A well-managed classroom is the foundation for learning in the classroom. Therefore, Unit C in this book may be the most important for you to read and implement as you start the first days.
That's good, thank you. Okay, so effective teachers teach classroom management procedures that create consistency. So good classroom management. What would you feel if we don't have a good classroom management when we are teaching? What's going to happen to the students?
There will be no respect in the room.
Yeah, there's no respect in the room.
There will be a chaos.
There will be a chaos, yes, exactly.
They'll start pulling up their laptops and play or their games.
Yeah. And as for the first day of teaching, is that good? Is that good? Is that what the teachers wanted, like for the first day of school? Of course not. Yeah. Do you mind reading the third one?
Effective teachers have lesson plans and procedures that produce student learning.
Thank you. So lesson plan. Why lesson plan is important? Why do we have to plan before we teach?
Because we need to have a structure of our day, and we need to know what we're going to teach and how we're going to teach it, and how we're going to help the students that need special help. Or there are a lot of things that go into lesson plan, and it will help us manage our time and our classroom.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. So I would say like effective teachers script their first day of school, like everything should be planned. You have to know what you're doing. You have to be able to be consistent to your student, to manage them, to manage the classroom, and also being prepared is the number one that we need to do. And the number 4, okay, can you read number 4?
Yeah. The effective teacher establishes good control of the class in the very first week of school. Control does not involve threats or intimidation. Control means that you know, 1, what you are doing, 2, your classroom procedures, and 3, your professional responsibilities. It is very reassuring to your students that you know what you are doing.
Thank you. So we already clarify all of that in the another principle of why effective teachers need to establish good control in class. And the last thing that the characteristic of effective teacher is there is overwhelming evidence that the first 2 to 3 weeks of school are critical to determining how well students will achieve for remainder of the year, which means that we need to get to know the students better to help them what they need and how help them to achieve their goals. So another thing that I would like to deliver is the 4 stages of teaching. So there is the first stage is fantasy, the second one is survival, the third is mastery, and the fourth one, the last one, is impact. So I would like you to have a guess, like what is actually fantasy stage?
What you think will happen, like you have certain expectations before you get there.
Okay.
What is going to be like?
Is it opposite of critical thinking?
So it's the fantasy, that's actually good you bring that up. Here it says just relate to you try to relate with your student and basically just get to know each other as a student and teacher and know what to expect, just like Michaela says, and just explaining to them or introduce them the concept of your lessons, of your way of teaching and learning styles. And I'm going to skip to the last part of that. So basically, being an effective teacher, you have to be able to impact the lives of the students. I have a quote here that says, "You are hired to impact lives. You are hired not so much to teach third grade or history or physical education as to influence life. Touch the life of a student and you will have a student who will learn history, physical education, and even science and math. Close the windows, staple all the papers, and turn cartwheels to please you." So basically, like, you can be a teacher. You can be a teacher and got paid and give your lessons to your students without giving them impact in their lives. But as an effective teacher, you should be able to influence their lives for the future and what they are going to learn from the class that you are assigned to teach. And as the closing, I would like to encourage to all of you to be able to be prepared and be creative, be positive, and learn the student and learn from the student, learn with the student, and be able to have a good classroom management and enthusiasm to help you prepare successful on the first day of school, because it will determine the whole teaching of your lives. So that's it. Thank you.